Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode of All Things Fantasy Sci-Fi. As always, I'm your host, Schmook. Now, I know it's been a little bit of a hiatus, but here's your episode 3 review for Foundation, alright? So in this episode, we got a little bit more of a backstory to, like, this world, specifically with the Empire. Like, the first, I'd say third of this episode was a good amount of backstory on, like, the Empire, like, the guy who created it, and then making his clones before his untimely death. Right? We find out that they refer to him as Brother Darkness because he's about to be gone. He's at the end of his ropes. We have Brother Dawn, we have Brother Day, and we have Brother Dusk, right? It's very interesting what they're doing with this, the foundation of this show, right? No, but overall, just it's a pretty decent show, man. Like, I mean, I think this was the slowest episode though by far. Like, it was good to get some backstory. We find out more about Terminus on the Foundation. We learn more about this specific character who's the warden of Terminus, so like the person in charge, right? And apparently she doesn't get harmed by the alien craft thing that we saw in the very first episode, right? Apparently she's able to actually go through it without getting harmed, but we don't see her actually go in it, I believe. But yeah, we find out she has a love interest who's apparently off doing whatever, doing his own thing across the galaxy. But you know, it adds to another romantic layer to this show. They've been hammering that a little bit hard. Like, I swear there's been a lot of sex scenes in this show, which I was not expecting, but you know, good for them. We get a little bit more insight into that one robot character as well in the very beginning of the episode, like how she was very close with the creator of the Empire and saw him die, right? And that's why she seems to have a very good connection with Brother Dawn, like as we've seen. We also see that I guess there's just a lot of different time jumps in this show, because we see this Brother Dawn 17 years later as more of an adult. So I'm just kind of interested in what they're doing with that. Well, not an adult, but like he's like, you know, like a young adult, right? Like he's like 17, 18 years old. I'm curious if what they're doing is like they go through like different phases of their lifetime, because like when the show starts up it says 500 years earlier, and then it says 17 years later, and then it shows the baby of Brother Dawn as being older. So I'm curious if they just go through different cycles, like the ones we see in modern times are just, you know, the current versions of these clones, because I guess they start off with Brother Dawn, and as he ages he eventually becomes Brother Dusk, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the source material of the show, but I find it interesting. It's definitely interesting. But we end the episode with the warden of Terminus. She's chasing after this kid that she's like, oh, it's after curfew, blah blah blah. And then she goes into this one area, and she gets basically held at gunpoint by these people, and I'm curious where they go with that and who these people are, which I'm sure we find out more in episode 4, right? But overall, excellent show. Of course, visuals are still great, but this wasn't a very visually pleasing episode. I mean, there was awesome shots, specifically on Terminus. Like, I remember seeing one shot. You had a nice little snowy landscape, and then there's like 2 planets in the background, which is cool. Like, definitely a good shot. But like with the first episode, when we see all these like huge teched out buildings like in a city, I'm like, wow, visuals in this show are nuts, and they're still good. But I was expecting something crazy in this episode, but we didn't really get that. But that's okay. But yeah, I look forward to watching more of the show. I hope you guys are watching this, because I'm actually a big fan of this. I guess I'm gonna throw this out here in this video. I'm just gonna make this my weekly. This is gonna be the only video for the week for this show. I was going to do a Y the Last Man review, and I started watching an episode, and then they just canceled the show. And I'm also like, I like it, but I understand why they're doing it. Like, I like the characters, that's what I think is good about it, but like so far they're not doing great with telling a story, and it should be a sick concept to be able to develop, but I don't think they're doing it that well. I mean, again, if you guys want me to continue to review it, just let me know in the comments down below. But if not, then I'm just probably gonna ditch it, at least until they actually find a new home, possibly, because I know the showrunners are trying to find a new place to stream the show, because FX just completely canceled it on Hulu, and it's, you know, Hulu and FX are like a connected thing now. But I don't know. I was going to make a review for y'all, but again, I feel like not enough of y'all are even watching it, and it's good. It's a good show, but hopefully it picks up a new home, and then they can go even bigger in a season 2. I might, if anything, I think I'll just do I basically reviewed, I think, like half the season. I'm pretty sure it's a 12 episode season. and I basically reviewed the first half, then maybe I will go and actually watch all of them and then give a full season review, or even it's just going to be a series review if it never gets picked up again. But until I learn of confirmation of that show actually picking up, you know, like it's actually going to be on some type of network, then I will get back to reviewing it. Because, I mean, I think it's solid, but I mean, if it's, like for me, I don't like watching a show if I know it's not going to go anywhere, right? Even if it has potential to be a good show, which it does. It definitely does. Like the actors I liked, like I like them as their characters. The story itself is cool. But again, like I'm not going to be watching a show just to have it end and me actually be pretty invested into it and then be like, oh, no season 2. So we'll wait and see on that. I'm trying to think about how I want to do things, but as of right now, just watch out. I might do a review, but I want to see what y'all think in the comments down below. All right, so just let me know. But yeah, that's my Foundation review and a little news, I guess, on Why the Last Man. All right, so just make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Foundation, because I'm actually a huge fan of it. I know I didn't love the first episode. Thought it was cool, very visually pleasing, but it's actually starting to go somewhere with story, and I'm getting pretty intrigued. Apple TV is making killer stuff. Also, I think if you guys are interested, I'm going to be starting to watch the show C, with starring Jason Momoa, and I might just do an episode by episode review. I know season 1's been out for a while, but season 2 is going on right now, so I'm just like, why not? I think it looks like a good show. My buddy Brad's been watching it. Who you know Brad, if you watch his content on the channel. He's been liking it, so I think I'm going to be going through that instead of Why the Last Man, and I'll be starting to get those reviews out to y'all very shortly, okay? Alright, so make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all very soon. Bye-bye.